Yeah, more bad news for the Bears. Jaquan Brisker is hitting the IR. Released yesterday, that was the news on the transactions for the Bears. He is hitting the IR. He'll be out for the next 4 weeks at least. He's already been out since week 5 where he got his concussion. He did return to play in the game, but as Matt Eberflus said today in the press conference today, sometimes those symptoms don't hit afterwards. They've got to take it seriously. The most important thing is to make sure he gets the proper medical attention, but he is out for at least the next 4 weeks. And this is why the Bears will be okay. I'm not saying it's optimal. I'm not saying it's the best case scenario, but the Bears will be okay. Real quickly, there's the news. 11-14 placed on IR. He'll be out the next 4 games. I just like to put this up here because he had such a historic game last year against Detroit. 17 tackles, 2 pass deflection, 1 forced fumble. Most tackles by a Bears defensive back since the NFL-AFL merger. I think that's huge. But here's Jaquan Brisker this year. He is the consistent safety back there year after year since he's been drafted. 2022, second round, 48th overall, one of Ryan Pohl's first big draft picks. You can see every year as you look in the middle here, I'll use my little beardown pointer. I like to use this thing for this. You see here each year he's been consistent every single year, and he's been really, really good. I don't look at this year as a fluke. I don't look at it as a negative thing because he only played 4.5 games in it, but he was doing really well. Big interception in that game. NFL passer rating is down lower than it's ever been before, so he's really locking down players more than ever. A few things you can say are a little bit weaker for him, but he did have 1 forced fumble already this year. More receptions than normal. You can say that's his weak point, but it's 4.5 games in. I really look at his game as being a critical part of the crucible as part of the Bears' offense or defense this year. But here's why why we're going to be okay. And I realize this is jumbled. Bear with me. If you're looking on your phone, it's going to be hard to see this, but I'm going to show you side by side Jaquan Brisker and Elijah Hicks. Elijah Hicks, most of you know. Let me bring me on here. Make me small. Elijah Hicks, most of you know, I'm not real happy with coming into this year. I didn't really like the prospect of him coming back, but I was a little short-sighted. A lot of these guys, especially guys in the late rounds, take some time to develop. And I've said openly on here that your defensive backs, your cornerbacks, that's one of the hardest positions to adapt from the college to the NFL because it's such a big play style change when you are adapting from college to the NFL. That's why quarterbacks struggle as well. It's the same change. It's a big change going from NCAA style to NFL style. Same draft. Jaquan Brisker taking second round, 48th overall in 2022 draft. Elijah Hicks, basically Mr. Irrelevant for the draft, very close to 255th overall in the 7th round, 2022 draft as well from Cal. He did say, if you guys didn't see it today on ESPN 1000, Tom Thayer had him on as a guest. He did commit to Notre Dame, so he almost went and played college ball at Notre Dame, but ended up staying in Cal because that's where he's from, closer to family, so he could have family come to his games. But look below here, and we're going to see this big year for him so far. Let's make this a little smaller. And his tackling grade is off the charts. He had a good tackling grade in 2022. You can see the total snaps. So he's gotten some good snaps. He's really liked by the coaching staff, by Matt Eberflus. They like his play. 267 snaps, obviously filling in for Brisker, 487 last year. He's been the rotational safety. And this year, I was impressed because he's taken that spot over Jonathan Owens. We signed Jonathan Owens to come in, who's really a free safety as well, but can go back and forth between free safety, strong safety. And Elijah Hicks talked about on ESPN 1000 today, showing up in practice, showing the coaches what you can do. He's done that. So even a big signing like Jonathan Owens, he's taken that place over him. He is the direct backup to Jaquan Brisker, and he's shown that this year. So his missed tackle percentage, extremely low. I highlighted a couple of these. His NFL passer rating is higher than Jaquan Brisker's, but at your safety position, guys, Jaquan Brisker is one of the best in the league. He really is. So I was very upset last year about this. I mean, near impossible, near worst NFL passer rating against him. It's improved this year, and this last game was his best game. I'll show that here in a second. But he's looked really good. I know these numbers are really small, but just see the PFF grade here. He's a 73. It's green. It's actually higher than Jaquan Brisker's. He's filled in really, really well, and his tackling grade is awesome. His run defensive grade is awesome. And he talked about as well on ESPN 1000 this morning his ability converting from cornerback to safety. He did that in college, so he was drafted as a safety, but converting from cornerback to safety, it's opened up his mind to the entire game. He sees the field very well. He feels like he's an intelligent back. And I would agree with that. He looks really good out there this year. So this is one where I can admit I was wrong. I didn't like Elijah Hicks coming back this year. I wanted us to improve the position. We did with Kevin Byard. In fact, if you look here, overall, all safeties in the league. Let's move me over. Let's just move me off. All safeties in the league. This is both free safety and strong safety. You can see we're facing the Packers this week. Xavier McKinney's number 4 overall. He's the one I said I wanted us to get in the offseason in free agency. And you can also see their rookie Evan Williams is playing really, really well. So their safeties are going to be really strong. More reason for us. And I'm going to get into my breakdown video tomorrow. I'm trying to wait last minute to do that because I want to bring up as much as I can about the Bears-Packers. This is a big rivalry game. But more reason for us to be able to have Caleb getting the ball out quick. First read, getting it out to whoever's open. It's be really important. But Kevin Byard, their 13th best overall, 82.3 grade right there. But down on the list, 27th overall. There's 32 teams and 64 starting safeties. Elijah Hicks is number 27 overall at 73 grade. So he's playing really, really well. Here's the games for this year. And yes, the game against Jacksonville was really good. You can see he came in against Carolina when Jaquan Brisker got hurt. But then a little oof on Washington. They do kind of put a little emphasis on him with the Hail Mary too, which I don't think is very fair. Both he and Tyreek got badly graded for that. But his tackling really solid in every one of those. His run defense really good. His coverage grade just got a little hit against Washington. But if you take that Washington game out, he really looks solid in every one of them. And this New England game was the best one of all. So he's improving. He's looking really good, really, really solid. I'm loving every bit of it. So I'm really happy. And this is why I think the Bears shouldn't be too stinking concerned over the fact that that Jaquan Brisker is out for extended time. Yes, it sucks. There's the headline right there up top. You see here this is from the Bears injury report. They placed Jaquan Brisker on injured reserve, so he'll be out at least the next 4 weeks. This one, and then the next 3 after that, after the Niners game, and then we'll see if we can recoup him and get him back. I'm really worried long term. Really worried long term about his head. I've said openly I think they should have to wear that guardian cap if they've had more than one. If they've had one concussion in the NFL, they should be required to wear that guardian cap. But I know the players don't love that. What's his name down in Miami? Tua. Tua should be wearing one as well. He should be required to wear one. He came back in that first game back. He has to go make a tackle after an interception, and he gets cocked right in the side of the head. I mean, he gets nailed in the head. He was fine, but it worries me when these guys have these severe injuries, when they have these concussions, and they have to come back from them. And obviously, Jaquan Brisker taking a long time to come back from this one. So very frustrating. His health comes first, but we are in good hands with Elijah Hicks. I feel really good about Elijah Hicks. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, though. Have you guys come around on Elijah Hicks like I have? I was negative on him before the season. I feel really good about him now. I'm positive about him, and I think the Bears are going to do just fine with him filling in for Jaquan Brisker. Obviously, we want Quaney back. We want him back. His whole life revolves around football. We love this guy. But until he's back, we'll be fine with Elijah Hicks. With that, dabears and bear down.